Hey guys, welcome back to another episode in Gotcha Voice. I realized I went back and watched the last episode. I'm recording this literally minutes after finishing the last one, and I realized it didn't mess up on the recording part. It messed up on my screen was frozen on it. It wasn't frozen though, and it was still recording everything I was doing, and I did turn the volume up way down. I realized it was loud. I hope this is a lot better. It was loud as heck. You could barely hear me. So, in this video, I will just be glossing over everything I went over in the last little bit, in case you couldn't hear me. This is Gotcha Force. You play as little alien robots from a planet called Gotchaborg that was destroyed by the Death Force to prevent the world from being blown up by the Death Force. So we're gonna just show you what the Death Force are, and these are your partners you can use so far. The ones I've unlocked. This is Kakeru. He uses ninja Borgs. He has a normal ninja, the one with the white hair. His Borg is like, everyone has their own signature Borg, their main one that they use, and his is that red-headed one at the bottom named Sasuke or Sasuke, actually. This is Mana. Her partner is Now. She is the blonde one in blue. Tsutomu uses healers and like women Borgs and status ailments, stuff like that. This is Tsutomu. He uses a tanks named, this one's named Leopard, and there's only one. This is Usagi. Her Borg's that one in red at the bottom named Kai. It was like Mei or K, I believe. M-E-I or K-E-I, one of the two. I forget with the translation, but she uses girl Borgs, girls and angel Borgs. Her angel Borg right there is Ring Valkyrie. That is my favorite Borg in the game so far. My favorite regular Borg. I have one that's like a lot bigger, that's a lot more rare than a Ring Valkyrie that I like more, but Ring Valkyrie is my favorite just regular Borg. And those are the ones I have unlocked. Mana's my favorite because she just heals, she doesn't deal damage. And the best way to unlock Borgs in the game that I've found is to just keep battling them. Just throw yourself at it over and over again. You get your chances go up of getting the Borg if you fight the same one, if you fight that Borg you want over and over. These are Death Force ninjas. Each Death Force Borg like these have kinds that they're like based off of. This one's based off of the ninjas. I believe it's ninjas. This one might be a samurai actually. Yeah, I think this one's a samurai actually. Though, no, it's a ninja. I'm pretty sure it's a ninja one. Because we haven't seen any samurais yet. Like I said, if they're in red, each Borg has a shiny version of it. Basically. I call them shiny versions of them. They're basically shinies. This is a claw robot. That's right there. That's actually a shiny claw robot. And we'll get a shiny Borg eventually, so I'll show you what the symbol on it looks like. But there is more versions of Borgs than just shiny. There are silver versions of them where they're in complete silver. There are gold versions where it's just a complete gold thing. And then there's a it zooms in on who had the last kill shot, by the way. There's a gold version of it, a silver version of it, and a crystal version of it. Crystal is where it's just all kind of like blue crystal and you can see through it. Those are my favorite to use just because you can see right through your board. You can see what's coming. It's just so fun. I've only gotten a crystal Borg on an emulator because I've played this on emulator before. This, of course, is using... I am playing this on the Wii, but it's a GameCube game that I'm playing on the Wii. And if anything doesn't add up, this is I'm using a this game was originally Japanese, and it was put into English, and they made a second one that's like, it's completely different, but it's still but it's still a sequel, and they never ported it to English. and they never made an English sequel to this game, and that is very unfortunate because it's one of my favorite games. That's a revolver gunman. It's what I am. I'm gonna wait for Mana to get me. There we go. And that's why I keep her around. These are Kung Fu Masters. They are a type of knuckleborg. We have not found the person who uses knuckleborgs yet. They are very annoying. These guys aren't. The knuckleborg guy is. Because of a different type of knuckleborg that he uses. And yes, you can. There is friendly fire, so that's unfortunate for Mana, but not for me. This is what it looks like when you unlock a board. You can skip this animation, and I probably will in most cases, but just to show you for the first board we get in this playthrough. We get Kung Fu. We get Tao Master, not Kung Fu. My bad. And you can get more than one in a play. You can get more than one in a level. But every time we get a new one, it pops up the one we just got. Even if it's new to us, even if it isn't new to us, it still says new on it. This is what it is. It's an almighty type knuckleborg, and you can move it around and look at it. That's what it looks like. Full 360 view of it. This is board 42. Its stats, in case you want to know, its attacks, and the little text flavor. I don't particularly enjoy using him. I haven't used a lot of the borgs in the game. I pick what I like and I stick with it. Let's do, this is sometimes when there's a person's face next to it that's one of your partners, typically you have to use that partner. Like this one, it says I have to cooperate with Usagi to defeat the Gunborg unit. It means I'm forced to use Usagi as my partner, and there's going to be Gunborg type. This is going to be gun type borgs, gun tribes, like revolver gunmans. I know the Deathborgs are named after the Greek alphabet. Like there's Nu, Gamma, Theta, Zeta. It's gonna be wild. You can unlock every single board you fight in the game as a playable character. And it's like, the only downside is, like, I know a lot of the times people say, like, oh, when you fight it versus when you unlock them as a playable character, and they suck more. But it's just how you play them, and how versus... Basically, there's no downside to it, except they cost less, technically, for the AI to use them. Borgs cost less for the enemy to use them as they do for you. But that doesn't mean they're worse. That means they're worse. That doesn't mean they're worse for you technically, but it does. My favorite thing to do for distance is just this as well, to dodge. Because you can just keep dodge rolling and just sniping. And this is what I mean by, like, it instantly resets anything you use, and you get boosts in attack, and it's a shame it keeps going while people are, while you're, waiting for more stuff to spawn in. But I recommend only using it when a new wave spawns in. Adding anything there. Typically, you won't get a lot of stuff your first playthrough. After you beat the game, you can do another play. You can just jump right into another playthrough with your same Borgs, and you can just keep doing that over and over again. You just keep running through the game over and over again, collecting more and more Borgs. Anyway, this is one that's been here the longest. Battle with Tetsuya and Matt. Let's go. This is Tetsuya Met, people we haven't met before. Get it? Tetsuya and Met, we haven't met them yet. I know, no one left. But Tetsuya uses, that's Tetsuya's board. Tsushimi, I believe it's what its name is. Tsushimi. And Met's is an arrow ninja that I cannot remember the name of. I know it's an arrow ninja. Met uses more gimmicks that are like trap your opponent. Like, this is what arrow ninja does. It traps me into a spot. And then if you get multiple of them put together, if his arrows hit you in multiple spots, they keep going. And look, I must have leveled up because I have 155 health instead of 150. They get out after a while if you get hit enough and if you leave for a while. And I got healed before dying. And anyway, Met's partner died. Tetsuya, this guy, he is a samurai specialist. Met's the first person we use that doesn't really use one specific type of board. He uses from all different tribes that do the same effect. There's ones like a wire gunner, which does the same thing except it puts the wire down before and it traps your opponent into a loop, like he has to go through these stages before getting out of it. He does samurais, which are bulkier ninjas. Is she gonna heal me? No? Yes, she is. Eventually, he'll get more advanced samurais that do different things. And I killed him as I was being healed. It's a fun thing to have happen. Each board at the end does this different, like, animation too. If you see, and each person, when they defeat, they say a little flavor text at the end. I won't get too much into it. But Tetsuya Met, you ask every time you battle someone to join, and they said no. So, we have the Flying Death Force. These are ones that are just like bugs-like things. This is Drill Robot. This is a specific boss fight, basically, like a mini-boss. And this is specific Borgs that fly, basically. I will use not mana for once. I'm going to use... I like doing this when I can't pick one. Just do this. There is a random function later on eventually in your when you do multiple playthroughs, but if I'm choosing between two, I'll just do this back and forth with the controller. I'll just do like I did there. I want ones that can easily hit things flying, basically, and these are the two people that can. And you're gonna get used to these maps. There isn't a lot in the game. There's maybe about, I think, what is it, 15 or so? 15, 16 maps, which is a lot, really. But they're all pretty basic. I've used Tsutomu before. Tsutomu will have one of these things eventually. Your partner's teams get upgraded as you go along, too. Tsutomu kind of sucks to start off with, in my opinion. But, Mana's like the best starting out, in my opinion. Just because you're getting used to the game, you don't know what you're doing a lot, and she just spams healing everything, basically. And she can heal the opponents, though, which sucks, but in my opinion, it's worth it. And I didn't get anything from that fight. But we can do Drill Robot, King of the Underground. And I'm gonna do mod for this one. Eventually, Kikaru's gonna have like... Kikaru will eventually have the most Borgs on his team. I think at one point he will have like 10 normal ninjas. And then like 3 double ninjas in Sasuke. He'll have like 15 boards or something like that on his team. Anyway, if we look, he starts off in the tunnel. That's the Drill King. That's not the Drill King. That's not the Drill King either. Where is he? I thought he started off in the tunnel. I guess it's just a bunch of normal death boards. That's the Drill King. It's Drill King's a type of robot. A type of tank board. Not tank board, robot. Robot board. And devil enemy number. His gimmick is he drills under the ground, obviously. And hey, there's 2 kings. No wonder they drew our attention. 2 kings warring and team up to fight me. Yeah. And if you're playing occasionally, you hear your partner doing a bunch of different texts like, this is so hard. Occasionally your person will do it too, like he just said go. Every time your person dies as well, every time someone on your team dies like that, your face pops up, so you know who just died or whatnot, who just respawned in, basically. Unless you're playing multiplayer, because there is multiplayer in this game. Like, you can play with friends. Not the story mode, unfortunately. But, like, you can battle them with different... You can both make teams on your own cartridges and then use them against each other. Unfortunately, there's only one story mode per cartridge, but this game is amazing and worth playing on multiple cartridges. This is a different type of gacha get. This isn't a board we're about to get. This is a data crystal. It's a data crystal if it's not green, like how before it was green. This is data crystal N134B for the Drill King. Certain boards that are like the more rare ones and expensive, better ones, need these data crystals, which you can check. If you hit L, it'll be under items. You can look at specs and you can see what board is in there, and it tells you the name of it for Drill Robot. And I only have one, but like you can sort this thing by like your numbers or your tribes, and tribes you can look. These are all the different types of tribes you'll eventually have. Yeah, there's a lot. I think there's 16. I'm not gonna count them right now. Or time attained, and it'll go from like most recent to recent, I think. And that's what it's automatically sorted by. And since I don't use it, I'm gonna send this. Unless, if you ever want me to use a specific board, just comment down below and I'll try it out for an episode. Or a couple of battles at the least. I have 20 spots, so I can have one that's just like, hey, use this. And, to warehouse with it, just so I can show you. If you hit R, each one of these connects as well. If you hit R, this is how it cycles through warehouse to item list, but it's only three screens. This is what it looks like in here. It's the same thing. You can hit 2 box and send it there, or erase, which means it deletes it from your cartridge permanently. You cannot get that specific Talmaster back ever. And for certain ones, like this one's only rarity D, like the other ones, but it says collect 2 different types to form it. I need a B. If you look at the number, I know it's kind of fuzzy. It says N134B is its number. I need N134A and B. At most, you'll only have to ever collect 4 different types. It's a formal. It's a formal board. But anyway, let's do Usagi and Mana training. This means we're fighting Usagi and Mana if there's 2 people together, and we're being forced to use Kakeru over Shutomi. Anyway, and we're in Mana's room as the stage. My favorite stage in the game actually takes place in this arena, in this stage. My favorite level. Mana is using a different type of board now. She's using a Guard Witch, which puts up this little banner thing on you. That's a spinner girl. It's a shiny spinner girl, actually. I'm going to defeat Mana first for this healer because I don't want her healing. You can try, I recommend don't use these Borgs at first. Until you find one, like, for this first little bit of the game, use G-Red. Just to get through it and unlock more Borgs. When you find one you like, then start using it more. Don't use it for these types of fights. To start off though. Oh, all your stats are enhanced when you're in this state, by the way. In case you couldn't tell, it's not just your other stuff, like your speed, you're way faster. You can tell I played this game for years, totally, because I suck so bad at it. And I'm about to unlock. This is what happens when you skip it. It just goes straight to the opening. I got Battle Girl. This is what Mana's Borg is based off of. Anyway, I have if you look at it, I don't like using this one either a whole lot. It is cheaper by 20 to the Revolver gun though. This is its thing. It's Tex. It's a secret agent. This is its stats. It has a boost jump instead of the attack thing too, which is slightly better, slightly worse. Girl Borg speed type. I typically don't like using it. And just for reference, this is what his stats are like. Keep in mind, like, his HP is normally 150 because he's level 2 right now. And I recommend when he gets to level 10, shove him in your box, shove him away for use as like battling friends. I'm gonna send everything I'm not using into the box just so I can like, you know, have them sorted. But like anything special, I'll keep out that I want to use. And we have time for one more fight, so why not? Kobe and Kitsune. I say time for one more fight. I can end whenever I want. If the next fight unlocks after this, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do that one next. Because there's a fight, like, I'm looking forward to, kind of. Anyway, it shows you who you're battling to, the name of the NPC controlling it. Like, this is Kitsune's. In case you couldn't tell based off of the types of Borgs they use. I normally deal with Kitsune first when it comes to these two. And I leave Vampire Knight Boy over here. Just because I find these Borgs more annoying to deal with. Plus, he typically has less of them. I normally focus on knocking one person out so I don't have to just jump between the two of them. In any case of battling multiple people. That's the good thing of using. I don't like close combat characters a whole lot. I use close combat a lot. Just because that's what deals a lot of damage in this, but... And that's Kitsune done, so now it's 2v1. How is that fair? And it's Vlad. So yeah, they only have 2 Borgs each, and it's the Borgs their characters are actually based off of. He had a Claw Robot with his Isaac, and he has a Vampire Knight with his Wad. I'm probably gonna get a Claw Robot. Claw Robot and Normal Ninjas are the Borgs I get the most of, in my opinion. Normal Ninjas and Claw Robots. I don't really ever pay attention to stats, and it did not unlock after that, so... It's a battle with it's a 1v1 with Nikobe I'm looking forward to. 100 rounds from the Gatling gun. That's a fun one. Gatling gunners are in there. This is just more trainings. I'm gonna call it there because this is about the same time as the last video though. Once again, if y'all liked it, feel free to subscribe for more, and if you want to put down below a type of board you want me to use, or if you want me to only try doing a Death Force battle with only one board or something like that, like because I can go into editing and like make a force with just this revolver gunman on it, and then that's it. I'll use just that revolver gun, stuff like that for a battle or something. If y'all want me to do silly stuff like that while we play, I don't know if this series will, I mean, it's gonna end eventually, but like, I'm gonna keep going after my first playthrough, most likely. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.